It's me, Reaver Blood, and today I'm going to show you my junk deck, which is the archetype of junks. And this has not been used for quite a while, and sorry if you hear noise in the background. Cars driving by right now. But it's the archetype junk, which you say used a little bit in 5Ds. I think he switched over to something else later on, but he started off using junk stuff. And even in the manga, he started off with a junk deck too. Junk archetype deck. Because it's not a junk deck. No deck is really junk. But it's very hard to play these junk stuff. You kind of have to play with a little bit around with them, and to get their summons off, you need to have junk synchron for most of the tune stuff, so it's very hard. For the side, we have Junk Giant, and I also have one in the main deck. I have one just in case if I might switch over to Junk Giants to the main deck, seeing how consistent I can get with Junk Giant. It depends. Another Dark Hole, just in case I don't need like a 3 pots of duality or 3 reinforcement of the armies. 1 TG Hyper Librarian, because I can actually get synchro summons off very quickly, and drawing those extra cards can be useful. I would only go to 2 though, I would never use 3. Because using 3 is a lot. Okay, so we're gonna start off with Junk Synchron, one of the main monsters in any junk deck. When this card is normal summoning, you can target 1 level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard, special summon that target in defense position, but its effects are negated. So I can summon Junk Anchor or Speed Warrior. I chose Speed Warrior because it is a level 2, and it can go into Junk Warrior for me, which can be pretty good. And Junk Anchor I chose for this deck, you'll find out why later. Okay, so Junk Giant, if your opponent controls a level 5 or higher monster, which that usually happens within 2 to 3 turns, you can special summon this card from your hand. Synchro summoning using this card as synchro. From your hand. A synchro summon using this card as material cannot be negated, so you can't negate summon. If you synchro summon with this, and the other player cannot activate cards or effects when that monster is synchro summoned, so they can't solemn your Junk Gardener or whatever you're gonna use. So that can be good. Next up is Junk Defender. You can special summon this card when your opponent declares a direct attack, and it gains 300 defense, so 2100 defense. So for those 2000 attack monsters, it can be pretty good. Kind of like a Swordsman of Revealing Light, but it has less defense than it. And it's not a level 8, it's a level 3. So it's kind of like a upgraded Junk Karibo, basically. Junk Blader, you can banish 1 junk monster from your graveyard. This card gains 400 attack until the end phase, which can result in a lot of tied battles, so that I can pull off special summon something else and stuff like that. Junk Forward for synchro summoning, because you can special summon it from your hand if you control no monsters. Junk Servant, you can also special summon from your hand if you control junk monsters. So you could get 3 monsters out on the field in 1 turn if you have Junk Forward, Junk Servant, and another junk monster. So Junk Forward, Junk Servant, and then Junk Warrior, which can be pretty good. So Junk Anchor, you can use it as a Synchron tuner monster once per turn, and yeah, you can use it as a Synchron monster for any Synchro summon. And then once per turn, you can discard one card and then target one non-tuner junk monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target, and if you do, that lists as a Synchron monster as a tuner using, instead of being sent to the grave. So, and then next up is Speed Warrior, mostly for synchro summoning, but its effect can be pretty good. It gains double attack during the battle phase, and then at the end of the battle phase, and it's only when it's summoned, only like right when it's summoned too, so it can destroy those 1500 attack point monsters and then go in for a synchro summon on main phase 2. It can be pretty good. When an equipped monster destroys a monster by battle, it sends it to the graveyard. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the destroyed monster's attack in the graveyard. 3 reinforcements of the army, because this is an all-out warrior deck, except for Junk Giant, which is machine. But everything else you will see is a warrior, so 3 reinforcements of the army. Monster Reincarnation, because that can I can get Junk Forward to my hand, then Junk Forward, Junk Synchron, Tune, and the warrior returning alive, adding Junk Forward or Junk Servant to my hand, special summon. Let's go for Synchro. Pot of Duality, it's kind of like a staple in any deck. You just choose cards. It's a searcher for stuff. Book of Moon, obvious staple. Gold Sarcophagus, searcher. Raigeki, staple. One Day of Peace, staple. Actually, no, it's not a staple, but I'd like to take no damage if possible. A Soul Charge, get back like Junk Synchron, Junk Blader, all these junk stuff out, and then Synchro Summon a whole ton. Dark Hole, obvious staple. One Solemn, staple. Bottomless, staple. Compulse, staple. And Tribute, staple. Because it's more likely than not with junk decks, they're gonna summon out like 4 monsters, and then you're gonna really have nothing. So, and then when they summon, they're gonna have like 3 monsters, and then when they summon their 4th monster, Torrential Tribute, get rid of all those. Okay, so Junk Warrior, we have 2 of those for the extra deck. 1 Junk Synchron monster. So say you have Speed Warrior out and Junk Warrior out, it gains 900 attack points for every level 2 or lower monster. So if you have 2 Speed Warriors, gain 1800 attack points, so that can be pretty devastating. 2 Junk Archers. You can target 1 monster your opponent controls, banish it during the end phase of this, return it to your opponent's side of the field in the same battle position. Yeah, I can banish it, but still. It can bring ups and downs, because you do have to give it to your opponent's side of the field at the end phase. Which, it's basically just switching around every time, because you have to return it to your opponent's side of the field every time in the same battle position, unless they somehow use it on you. When this is Synchro Summon, you can target cards on the field up to a number of non-tuner monsters used for the Synchro Summon of this card. So, if you use 2, then you can blow up 2 cards on the field. If you used 1, you can blow up 1 card on the field. So on and so forth. Which this card's level is level 8, so the level 3 you can do it with another level 3 and level 2. See Junk Forward, Speed Warrior. So basically what you're gonna do is Junk Forward, then Junk Synchron, then Speed Warrior, and then go into Junk Destroyer and blow up 2 cards on the field. Junk Berserker, which is a level 7, so my level 3 and maybe Junk Blader or 2 Speed Warriors is something. But what you do, you can banish 1 junk monster from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up monster that your opponent controls. That target loses attack to the banished monster's attack. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks a defense position monster, destroy that monster. Junk Garna, for switching reasons, you know, if he gets destroyed, he switches 1 monster to another battle position. Archimedes, staple. Celestial Wolf for losing attack on an enemy. Turbo Warrior, because for all those level 6 or higher synchro monsters like Goyo Guardian or something like that. Goyo Guardian staple. Black Rose Dragon staple. Stardust Dragon staple. And you're probably wondering how I can get Stardust Dragon level 8. Well, I can do it with Junk Synchron. I can also, no, not that, Junk Anchor and Junk Giant. So, tune these 2 up, get Stardust Dragon, there we go. So that is all for my junk deck. I hope you liked it. If you did, you can use the deck. And those of you who are wanting to know my, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro thing, my dueling network name, here it is, since you cannot private chat with yourself, it's Blood Dragoon. You can search me up and add me. I don't really care whether you do or not. But that is gonna be it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.